Hello, and welcome to Vik Plays. I tried this once before, failed, and I'm gonna try again. Because I'm stupid like that. Anyway, if you can't guess, my first playthrough is gonna be of Super Metroid. Or Metroid 3. I think Metroid 2 was the Game Boy version. I never played it. I love this intro. We'll be starting a new file, even though this one really hasn't gone anywhere, but I've done enough. Now, I am playing this on an emulator. I don't have a Super Nintendo anymore. It got killed in a fire, so I lost it and all my games. So I kind of... yeah. That was the wrong button. I am just off to a wonderful start. Alright. Controller settings. Shoot has to be Y, jump has to be B, dash A, item select X, angle up, angle down. That's done. Alright. Nah, I'm not going to enable moonwalk.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
I always love the voice sampling right there. Oh, this music. I don't see how Nintendo failed with Metroid Other M. They could have just done everything exactly like Super Metroid, just added so much more world to explore, and they could have made a wonderful game. Instead, we've got some teeny bopper trying to pretend to be Samus. No, I don't believe that was Samus. Not with as badass as she is. That's ridiculous. I mean, really, if they just took all the graphics from this game, then stuck it on a disc for like the Wii U or the Wii, they could make the biggest Metroid game ever. I mean, could you imagine how much map space you could fit on a Wii U disc? I've never found it, or, well, not found, but I can't think of any good reason to not go back to some of the 2D stylings. I mean, yeah, I wish Mario was more, well, you know, Mario's interesting, because the 3D Mario is really good. I just miss the worlds from Mario 3. You know, like the big land and stuff like that. That was really fun. But they never go back to places like that. I'd love to see something like Mario Galaxy. That was actually really smart, but I wish they had like Big World and stuff like that. Especially Big World. Everyone loved Big World, I think. Yes, the space colony. We flew right in its butt. In case you're wondering, I'm using an Xbox controller, so I'm using that janky D-pad. I think janky is about the nicest thing I can say about this D-pad. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to use my PlayStation controller. It feels so much better. And, okay, now here's something that I first noticed back when I first started. Well, that was really silly to say, but, back when I first played this game as a kid, the first thing I noticed was that's blood. That's a fucking dead body. Now poke it. Yay! Anyway. Oh. Dude, that guy got fucked up. Yeah, I'm expected with the size of Ridley, or Ripley. No, it's Ridley. With the size of Ridley, I was expecting to see some people tacked to the walls and hanging from rafters and crap like that. Well, come on. Ah, there you are. There's the Jurassic Park reject himself. See, I like it how I can damage him with this gun now, but later in the game I can't hurt him with my regular shots. I'm technically using the weakest weapon in the game. Yeah, he was gonna beat my ass. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really rusty. Last decent game I played was really RPGs. I've been really into those lately, so I wanted to play a good action game, but all of them are either too short or gunfests. And what I mean by gunfest is like, remember how good the old things like Half-Life, Duke Nukem, Painkiller and stuff like that was? Yeah, something trying to be like that, but just giving you a bunch of guns that do the same thing. See, I love shotguns. That's my favorite weapon in almost any shooter. When firing a shotgun feels like I'm just shooting paper out of an air tube, I don't really like it. No, when I fire a shotgun, it better feel like God punching the earth. I see so much wasted potential in that planet. Nintendo, come on. Get your head out your ass. Make us a 2D Metroid. Give us a full planet to explore. Give us tons of power-ups and things to find. And let us have at. I mean, it's... Okay, I have no problem with a game that has a huge exploratory factor to it. I mean, if you want to make it so you can beat it in like 2 hours, fine. But I want a game that if I really felt like sitting down and exploring, I could be lost in that game for hours. Maybe even days, weeks, months. You know, if you're going to make a game where you can explore, I mean, as an option, it should at least be a lot to explore. Anyway, I need to stop bitching at Nintendo and pay attention. See, those little things right there, man, I remember trying to shoot at them as a kid. This was... Right here was when I started getting creeped out. As a kid, this was the best survival horror part of any game. Completely quiet, everything looks dilapidated, and I'm expecting anything to fly out that wall and kill me. Well, I guess that's because when you're a kid, you actually expect that kind of stuff. I mean, now I know what's going to happen. It's going to be completely dark and quiet until I get, like, my missiles and... Yeah, just my missiles. I think... No... Morph ball. Morph ball first, then missiles, and then this area is full of enemies. But it's just... Oh wow, you can hear the clicking of this stupid controller. I'm using a GameStop reproduction controller, so... It's got the really loud clicky buttons. D-pad is slightly better though. I gotta admit, GameStop at least did a little bit better, but the D-pad still is just destroyed as all hell. I don't know how you can get a D-pad wrong. And I don't know how they can continue to keep getting it wrong every time they make it. There we go. No bomb. Yay, run fast. These faces creeped me out. I should go back and play the original Metroid one day. I'd probably be lost as all hell, but it'd be a fun experiment. I might even let's play it if I get popular enough at it. Well, if I can learn to speak correctly, not popular, but good enough at it. It's really strange. I mean, I don't know, maybe this is the way it is for all beginning Let's Players, but I'm actually a little nervous. It feels like I'm actually talking to a group of people that I have no idea who they are. It's interesting. And that eye. I've tried killing it, I've ran away from it. When I first played this game, I was like 6 or 7. I lost my shit when those eyes pop up at me. I was almost to that. I expected that when those eyes happened, something was going to come get me. Like, it was an alert. Like, that being seen, I almost expected, like, the enemies to just drop out of the ceiling. Like Commandos on Cables style, just zip line down and start shooting at me with weapons I could not even comprehend. Instead, we get giant duck-faced mantises. I always thought the design of the space pirates was kind of silly. And the Metroid Prime design was a little better, I guess. But I actually would kind of prefer if we went back to these ones. Oh, those lasers. I just can't stand the ones that block my shots. That's ridiculous. Yeah, getting shot in the back is fine, but no, their hands, just indestructible. Thank God Mother Brain never thought to build the rest of them that way. And right here. I gave up at one point when I was a kid, right here. Just climbing up here and seeing this. I raged. I raged so hard. I got all the way to the top, like, just really far up there. Got hit, fell all the way down, shut the system off, and didn't play it for like 2 weeks. I was an angry little brat. Of course, I was also too silly and dumb to really recognize that this was actually a really good game, and I was just... whatever, I was a kid. Kids are silly. Yeah, the moment I noticed they jumped, that was right here, actually. He was jumping across as I was coming up, hit me, knocked me down, and I just kept falling. Even that one on the side, I didn't even know if you stay to the side, you can catch yourself halfway down. Nope, didn't even think about that, or didn't even try for that. Just spazzed out on the way down. Now, I don't know if this is the same way for everyone who uses a Xbox controller, but the up direction on my D-pad, it's crap. If you notice that I'm using the LNRs a lot more, I mean, not only are they useful, but it's the only way I can really aim up without running in one direction. Oh, you! Ha! Yeah, I'm freaking Quick-Draw McGraw. And I'm not actually at all, because I'm probably going to get my butt whooped by the first boss. You know, Samus's gun is amazing. That blaster... Hey, look at this. I just walk up to it, stick my gun in a module, and it downloads a map. I have a USB port in the front of my gun. I mean, what am I shooting? Data? Oh no. If we keep that up, Nintendo's going to turn this into Mega Man Battle Network. Which is really sad, because I love Battle Network. arc up until they ruined it with at 4 and on. Was it 4? Yeah, it was 4, because 3 was the one with the... was with blue and white. It was such a fun little strategy game. A little kind of card strategy game. I had so much fun playing it, especially with friends. That's a game that needed to be online. It would have done so much better online. Sorry if you hear me sniffing a lot, though. I just got over a cold, so I'm still a little dried up. Would you like to save? Yes. Also, I will not be using save states. I'm gonna say that now. I'm going to just use the in-game saves. If you think I'm using save states, it's probably my editing. But I'll tell you right now, down there in the lower left corner, in fact, I'll do it just once to show you, and I'll do it in this room. But if you think I'm using a save state, no. Down here, it'll say, oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah, it'll have something like that, like the sound channel, it'll say like save state there or something. I gotta find that button again so I can hear correctly. Yeah. But it'll say it down there. Anyone who's used the SNES emulator would know where it's at, or what I'm talking about, because apparently I never know what I'm talking about. Alright, but I won't be using save states. There's very few games I actually even like using them on, but I prefer this good old-fashioned save from Metroid. It adds to that tension when you know you're about to die, and it's like 3 hours of work, and you, like an idiot, have not been saving. And I've done that. We've all done that. We've all been really far in a game, haven't saved, died, and then just hated themselves for it. Shoot, I sometimes turn off auto-saving in games just so I actually can feel tension nowadays. You know, it's really not that games have gotten easier, it's that they've gotten more forgiving, if you think about it. The most actual hand-holding I feel comes from auto-saving and tons of checkpoints. I mean, there's no tension if you know when you die you're just going to restart the fight you're fighting. Alright. Ha! Huh. I remember this guy being a lot harder. I also remember... oh, yeah, his head. Oh, man, I used to be terrified of this boss as a kid. He just came to life, and I'm like, oh my god! No! I got my butt kicked trying to run away from him. I didn't know all you had to do was just shoot him. This was before the instinct of, if you don't know what it is, and it seems evil, kill it. Speaking of instinct, I would really like to see a game one of these days where the hero's first instinct isn't if it's evil, kill it. I mean... It's kind of sad if you think about it. Most of the heroes in games just run around massacring all these henchmen. You know, most of them might be people just trying to pay for food. I mean, no one ever thinks about that. It's just like they've made their choice. You don't feel any regret. It's like you just massacred a guy who's probably just trying to feed his family. You evil shit. And so many of these games are like that. I mean, I was playing Dragon's Dogma is recently like one of my favorite games. But you go into you go meet the bandits, and sometimes they'll leave you alone. But you'll still kill them anyway. Or even your little followers will just start massacring them. I mean, they're just thieves. I don't see why I have to lift the guy up, impale him on my greatsword, and then fling him halfway across the planet. It's like, why? He's just a bandit. He's just trying to pay for food. But even worse are the games nowadays, like all these shooters that are based in modern times. I could understand if it was like, if all of it was in say the future with robots or with some kind of brainless death force or something. But when it's just quite obviously you're killing just a bunch of people who are probably just trying to do their 9 to 5, you're a real jerk. I mean, what kind of person just goes into your job, massacres everyone, and is like, yeah, like Starbucks, for example. It's like if a guy walked in, killed all the baristas, looted their corpses, and then screamed, "You brought this on yourself for making the venti." That's not his fault. He's just working there to pay off probably college loans. Oh, by the way, kids, college loans. You know what? No. You can't block missiles. No one can block missiles. Except for Sagata Shiro. I think I remember that right. That was the greatest mascot ever. A pudgy Japanese man and a karate gi. Saving the world from missiles by sacrificing himself. You know, in some ways, I think he was actually stronger than Superman. Certainly he made better games than Superman. I don't know why it's so hard to make games for that. I mean, if you want to make a Superman game where Superman can lose, because everyone's like, no, he can't lose, he's invincible. Well, you're not doing it right. Superman's biggest weakness is probably his invincibility. Everyone thinks him unto a god and hates him when he fails, because he should have been able to do it. If you want to make a game, don't make it where Superman can be beaten through combat. Make it so he must pass his missions, and when he doesn't, yeah, you fail. Like, straight up fail. Like the world suddenly hates you or something. You know, you don't really need to do silly things like come up with kryptonite fog. Well, that was a creative idea for the draw distance. But I mean, there's just other ways to do it. I guess it's because of the writing. Ow! I love the music in this game. I really do. I've been talking over all of it. I mean, this is the worst part. I want to let's play this game, but I really also like to stay quiet because I love the music. Like, okay. Like, Metroid Prime. It had a great atmosphere. But I miss this music. I mean, just having silence and weird random animal noises didn't really cut it for me. Hold on. Sorry. As I said, I'm just getting over a cold. But I miss this kind of music. I mean, it's not like you can't make good music. I mean, this is good music and it was limited. If they had, like, say, I don't know, oh, yeah, I forgot I need speed boots. Oh well, got more missiles. But it's like, why would you think that you don't need music? You need music. And you can make good music even with these little things, but I would love to see them remaster this music and then do an HD artistically drawn type of this English, motherfucker, do you speak it? But do a HD redraw of a lot of the art assets in this game, and then just make this game well, not this game, but, you know, no, you don't know, because I can't speak proper English. But make a game like, just make this game with an HD redraw, give it, or just orchestrated versions of these songs would be more than enough. And then just make a giant world and then stick it on the Wii U. I mean, make it fun to explore. Give Samus all kinds of upgrades. I mean, there's no reason she shouldn't have tons of them. But if you do upgrades, and this is something I did not like in a lot of the newer ones. Where's that button? This screen. Give us a way of toggling them and changing them. Like, you can't have certain weapons on with others, but then make it so that these weapons will mix together. Like if you mix the wave beam and the spazer and stuff. Or if you use the ice beam and the plasma. I love plasma because it shoots so fast. But like, why not do that? It would be so much easier. And here's another tip, Nintendo. Stop using Team Ninja. They can't write women. Don't ever put them in a game with a female protagonist. Especially one that people care about. Oh, that was the stupidest move ever. I mean, yeah, Team Ninja. I make them coders, but don't ever let them write. They make great action games. Their designs on them are wonderful. Wait a moment, I think I can... I can still do it. But they're wonderful at making action coding. And they do sometimes have really fun combat systems, but they can't write. Oh man, I hate these things. That's why if crabs grow wings, I'm moving to another planet. Oh, Lord. Well, come on, then. I got you this time. Yay, more missiles. Now, I remember where most of the items are. And... because, again, I played this a lot. But, I'm just going off of memory, so I'm not using guides or anything like that. And there's probably a good chance you guys are going to be yelling at me in the comments because I'm not doing stuff right. But you know what? I don't care. Oh yeah, you need super missile. Oh! Heh. I never found a point where you doing that was actually useful, but it's still fun. Oh, yeah, I get my my ghetto screw attack, which is like my favorite move. You know, the Metroid games on the Game Boy weren't that bad. Zero Mission was really good. I think, if anything, I loved Fusion. It had such good art, and they did the story perfectly. Instead of making it intrude anything, all the story was told as you were changing areas, and Samus was just reflecting while she was on the elevator. That was a really good idea. I'd love to see Nintendo implement more subtle storytelling in this game, but if they ever do the other M route again, I'm gonna disown Nintendo. I mean, I grew up as a Nintendo kid, I have a Nintendo childhood, but I will forget that part of my life if they create another other M game. Because there was no reason for that. I mean, the hell, Reggie. The hell. And yeah, I'm always going to blame Reggie. I do not like that guy. I don't know what it is. I think it's because he scares me beyond all utter belief. But I just don't like Reggie Fils-Aimé. I mean, he might be a cool guy. He might be fun to talk to. But he terrifies me, and he makes bad decisions. Why would we bring Earthbound to America? Oh no. Because our silly American brains couldn't handle it. Yep. That's why most of the Japanese gaming industry is trying to replicate American-style gaming. Yeah. Because of our stupid minds. Do you remember what happened with Mystic Quest? Yeah. That got panned. That got panned because we wanted a real RPG. Well, as long as they don't get mad at people who are translating the Earthbound games and doing ROMs, I'll be perfectly happy. Oh, this guy. And this serial killer music. Okay. I think I remember how to fight this guy. Yeah, he has a little dead spot right here. Come on. Move faster, Pokey. Oh shit, I referenced Proton John. Now he's going to hate me. Yeah, I first started getting into Let's Plays when I started watching Proton John. Not his Kaizo Let's Play, actually. I started getting into him when he was doing Superman 64. And I just loved his really informative style of doing it. Then I watched Peekle and laughed myself to death and decided to do it. So I'm actually more inspired by Peekle. But I still love John's work. Just when he gets really informative, he just has a really good talking voice. Unlike me, who can't seem to figure out a single word of English in his entire life. Oh, come on. Open right up right in front of me again. That was beautiful. Come on. I know you ain't got much left. I love how these were downgraded to stepping stones in Prime. That was... No! Yay! You missed! You're a fool! But yeah, that was ridiculous. The thing that scared the living shit out of me as a kid, downgraded to a standard stepping stone enemy in Prime. That was so funny. Just shooting them, and it's like, wait, I recognize you. I wet my bed because of you. Well, not really, but shh. No one's supposed to know. Okay. Well, at the next save point, I think I'll call it a recording. And... yeah. Oh, where is that next save point? Oh! That was retarded of me. Let me just waste all my super missiles. I hate it right when you get off of a cold. It feels like I swallowed a cat. Like hair and all. Ugh. Well, that wasn't smart of you. Just get right up in the corner and it's like, oh, hey, you can't do anything. This is going to be funny. Well, not this recording, because I'm about as funny as toast. And not funny image toast either. Though half the time that never works. Yeah, the toast imprinters. You have to buy a whole toaster for that. Anyway, this has been a Vik Plays, and I'll see you guys again for part 2.